Are you a Christian women's ministry leader that is done, frustrated, and sick and tired of all the fighting between your women in your ministry area? I have been in ministry since 1984 on some level every single year. And it's now 2021, and I don't think there's ever been a year that I've been involved with women in ministry where there hasn't been some kind of clique or fighting or infighting or something between the women. And there have been years that I have said, that's it. I am never doing women's ministry again because there's so much junior high drama. I'm done. You know, I totally know if you are going through that or you have gone through that in the past, I understand. There's nothing so frustrating as working hard with women, praying for them, walking alongside them, trying to show them what Jesus is like, reading the scriptures, opening them up to them, and then finding out, oh, so-and-so's not coming to our group anymore because that woman didn't invite her to that party, or she said that with that tone. And it's so frustrating because it's like, after all of this, you're going to not come to women's group because of another woman who is driving you crazy. But then there's those women that drive me crazy, and I'm the one who doesn't want to show up because there's a complainer. There's the one who, it doesn't matter what I do it wrong. And there's the one who always thinks that they need to be in charge. And then there's that one who's like insisting on telling me, oh, you picked the wrong leader. She shouldn't be leading. I should be in charge because I've been here longer. Oh, gracious. Sometimes it feels like running a women's ministry is like running a daycare or a junior high Bible camp or I don't know what. But the junior high drama drives me a little crazy. In the last few years, when I became certified as a life coach and then certified as an Enneagram coach, a Christian Enneagram coach, my goal was actually to reach non-believers because the Enneagram shows us our core motivations and it helps us understand like what it is that we really long for and how that when that longing is not met by Jesus, guess what? We expect it from the people around us. And as I began to study this, I was like, oh, wow. This is why this woman was complaining all the time. She actually wasn't complaining. She was trying to deal with her own motivations. I wonder if I had treated her according to her motivations and helped her see what Jesus is doing with this, maybe I could have helped. What about that person who really, really needed assurance all the time? Am I doing good enough? What can I do to do better? And always needed my affirmation. It wasn't that they just were needy. No, this is how God created them. When I began to understand the core motivations of how God created us and how he wants to meet us and how he has met us in the fullness of Jesus, wow, my eyes were so open and I began to see how we as Christian ministry leaders, women in ministry, can empower and equip the women that we're leading in a much more powerful way. A way that is like so deep in their heart and soul that helps them connect with Jesus in a way that is so personal to each of them. And it also opens their eyes, my eyes, to how we can help meet the needs of the people around us. I want to see if you could understand these motivations. Could it possibly change the way that junior high behavior is sabotaging your women's ministry? Because it certainly has changed the way I have been dealing with the volunteers, the women that I lead, the people that attend. It's given me an opportunity to show more grace, offer more grace, be more humble in asking for grace. And it's changed the way I lead. And I'd love to see that kind of change in every women's ministry group in the world, but particularly yours. I know that as women in ministry, we already have our plates full. We have things to do, people to see. We've got things to organize. We've got situations at home. We've got situations at work. And now there's these women and their junior high issues. And I say junior high, and I'm not trying to be derogatory, but we all know what it's like when those behaviors come up and the drama comes up. And yet we know that in Scripture, Jesus said that we as a church will be known by our love and our unity. Is your women's ministry known by its love and its unity? I hope so. But if yours is normal, or just like everyone else's women's ministry, chances are you're experiencing at least a little bit of junior high drama in your women's ministry. And you know what? It's time that we take the bull by the horns and we learn more about who we are, and not just see the behavior, but see the motivations, those underlying causes, the things that women's hearts are calling for, longing for. When we know that, we can actually help direct them to Jesus and introduce to them Jesus in a way that's really going to meet that core longing. And I would love to talk to you more about this. And that's why I'm inviting you very specifically to this Drop the Ministry Drama Challenge. All right? It is going to be a challenge. There's going to be a ton of information. I hope that when you leave this challenge, you're going to have so much information that you'll be able to go for months. But more than that, I want to inspire you and I want to encourage you to see women in a light that you've never seen before. Because when this happened to me, wow, I felt like this was a way that God was able to show me his heart and his eyes and the way he saw the women around me. And that heart of love that I'd been praying for finally sort of opened up and I could see things in a different way. And that's what I want for you. The passion I have is just stronger than it's ever been. And you know what? Many of us as leaders right now, Christian leaders, are tired. We're exhausted. COVID has not made things easy. Our current situation is not easy. And right now, if nothing else, I want to inspire you with hope and encouragement and inspiration. And maybe you'll discover your own motivations, and your relationship with Jesus is just going to grow exponentially through this as well. So go ahead. I really do want to meet you. I'm a real person. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. And I've got 6 grandchildren and number 7's on the way. And I'm excited to share real life with you. I've been in ministry a long time. I know what it's like to be tired. I know what it's like to want to quit. And I know what it's like when you pour your heart out for these women and then it feels like they turn on you. I know. I've been there. I've had women's groups split. I've had women quit. I know. It's not easy. And I've had to deal with the drama. But you know what? There's hope. And I want to give you inspiration. I want to give you understanding. And I want to encourage you. This is a passion God has in your heart. Don't let it die. This is the time to revive that. And so I want to meet you in the Drop Your Drama Challenge. It's going to be participation. So I'm going to get to know you personally. I do want to hear from you. And it's going to be fun. You're going to hear some of my stories. Hopefully you'll laugh at me and you'll laugh with me. And we'll become friends by the end of it. It's 5 days. And I would love to see you in this challenge because you are important. Your calling is important. Your ministry is important. And what Jesus wants to do in the heart of the women in your ministry is super important. It's eternally important. And you might be the conduit that he's going to use to make lasting impact, not only in the heart of your woman, but in the heart of her children and her children's children and in the people around her. You need to be here. I look forward to meeting you.